For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
As we move through the middle part of the month of June, things are really heating up both ways, both activity-wise and heat-wise here in the beautiful Blue Water area. We're glad that you're along. There's a race coming up called the Artful Dodger, which you may have heard about. We're going to get all the details on it from two of the co-chairmen, Mr. Michael Grover, Mr. Tom Brenner. Welcome to the Focus Set. Nice to see you both.
Thank you. How are you?
Nice to see you. I love your shirt. The logo looks great. Both these logos look great.
Yeah.
We're going to get into this cross-country thing in a minute, but let's begin with Artful Dodger 2021. When is it?
Yes, sir. It's June 26th this year.
Okay.
And starts out with a Rembrandt Run for Children, we call it, where any child gets to run down the hill on 3rd Street towards our start-finish line. We typically have 40 or 50 kids that are participating in that, and it's free for the children, and they really have a good time.
Do they have to register or anything?
They do not. All they have to do is show up.
Okay, this is on the 26th.
6th.
And when's that coming? What time does that race start?
The children's run starts at 7:50, so they have to be at the top of the hill at Vine Street at 7:50.
7:50 in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And they run down the hill. They get their medal. All of them get a medal, and that's the start of the 10K at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So 10Kers take off. They're mostly going to be halfway done, and then at 8:30, the 5Kers take off.
Okay.
Yep.
How many people did you have last year? What do you expect this year? Last year was not an example of anything.
Yeah, last year was virtual, and we had just a little over 100. In 2019, we had 240, and I expect close to 300 this year.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
Now, this is part of a bunch of races going on in the Blue Water area.
Yeah, it's the second year for the Blue Water Race Series, which is a 6-race series. This year, our race is the first race, and I'll just read them. On July 4th, it's the Algonac Pickerel Run, and that's obviously in Algonac. September 19th, PS You're My Heroes in Port Huron. October 9th is the Run for Recovery, also in Port Huron, and that's Deb Johnson's race from County Mental Health. November 25th is Friendsgiving, that's in Marine City. And December 4th is the Jingle Bell Run at the YMCA in Port Huron. And if you run all 6 races, there's a special gift for doing that.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool.
Yes.
And so we'll feature those races as they come up. We'll have you back and talk about all of them.
Okay.
But yours is the critical one. But there's a big addition this year from before the Artful Dodger, and that's Mr. Brenner and the St. Clair County or the St. Clair High School cross country team, right? Talk to me about that, guys.
We really wanted to be more diverse in the beneficiaries for the proceeds from the race, and we talked to Tom. He's a member of the St. Clair Running Club, and he had some interest in doing a race of his own that was going to be a fundraiser, and we came up with the idea of joining together, and then the St. Clair cross country team and track teams will be the beneficiaries of the proceeds from this race.
Marvelous.
And all races moving forward.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. You know, at the school it gets competitive, and which is not always the best thing in the world for fundraising. We're all trying to give our kids the best opportunities, the best resources.
Yeah.
All coaches have good intentions, and I think for myself and Coach Jessica McDonald, it was kind of a matter of, okay, how do we lock in, a good relationship that works for running. And races obviously works really, really good for that. We're putting on a golf outing this year, but that's a one and done, and it's labor intensive, and we have been working together great on this, and we think that it will benefit both. We can put on a great race. A bunch of our kids will run in it. our parents will hopefully help in it.
Yeah.
And it will work together really, really well. And it's kind of one of those things where every year you can look forward to getting together as a community and also helping out our program. And before I forget, to sell the Rembrandt Kids Run, my 5-year-old daughter has a message for any other 5-year-old out there that they have to do it. All right, because she's really afraid she's going to be the only kid doing it, and she doesn't believe me that she won't be the only 5-year-old doing it. And last time, 2 years ago, she made me run it with her. All right, we brought up the rear. I'm convinced she just wanted to like steal the spotlight. But this year, she's 2 years older. She's ready to go. So all challengers accepted this year.
That woman has such a great smile, that young lady, and she's been around racing since the minute she was born.
Yeah.
Both her mom and dad, you and your wife, are active in racing. You started when you were at St. Clair High with a young man by the name of John Davidson.
Yeah.
And now you're doing the same thing for kids.
Yep.
You have to be saluted.
Yeah, I love it. As you know, you helped me get started here in St. Clair. I grew up here in St. Clair and then made the tough decision to move to California for my career. And as time went on and life changes.
Well, you just needed to come and see Channel 6.
Exactly. So I was like,
6.
you know what? I needed to get back to my roots. And coming back here, I started as a stay-at-home dad at first for 6 months or so. And John's one of my best friends in life, always been one of my best mentors, and I helped him coach a little bit when I graduated. It's a passion of mine. He was already mixed up in a million different businesses and things going on in his life, and it kind of worked out where I said, when you're ready to go, I'll do it if you want. And he's like, that sounds really good, actually. So I've been doing it, and being able to be part of these things and being a part of the community is, I think, the piece that was missing from my life at the time.
You had pictures on Facebook about running through town. Tell me what happens every day. They just started, I think the pictures started with the first day of the run for the summer.
Yeah, so a lot of our kids, they do run all year. They do indoor and outdoor track as well as cross country. Cross country is kind of the one where we get extra excited about it because you have that summer lead in. We're trying more and more to be a part of all these types of races. Winter running is just not the same getting ready for track as summer is.
Right.
And on top of it, especially after last year, it was so different with all the restrictions and obviously everybody concerned about who could be sick and things like that. And we weren't allowed. We didn't go to the boardwalk. We went up to the school. We typically meet at the boardwalk at 8 a.m. every Monday through Friday, and get the kids going. And this year we've got 25 to 30 boys and 15 to 20 girls all down there already. They haven't even taken a single weekday off on their summer break, and they're fired up. They'll run 400 or 500 miles this summer, getting ready for the fall.
And they do that on their own.
Yeah, it's voluntary through the summer till we get to August. But they know the deal. Our sport is it's really, really great or really, really bad depending on your outlook, and the fact that it's one of those sports where if you put the work in, the odds of being great are really, really good. You could work super hard in some sports, and let's be real, you may not either see the field or it may not pay off for you, where our sport, you run 500 miles in the summer, there's a good chance you're going to drop a really low number.
That's right. Were you in high school cross country or track?
I ran in Anchor Bay cross country for 1 year, and that was it. Didn't become a runner really until I was in my mid-50s. So, and then I became part of the St. Clair Run Club. They're very supportive and have pushed me into areas that I would have never went without their encouragement. And I just finished what I think is going to be my last half marathon. I ran in the Teton Half Marathon in Jackson, Wyoming, and it was my 14th one, and I'm pretty much done with half marathons at this point in my life. So I'll stick with the 5Ks, 10Ks, and running with the run club. Yeah, I want to enjoy it because training for a half marathon is grueling, and the 5Ks are quick, but they're a lot of fun, and there's a lot of camaraderie among the people that are involved. So that's my focus now.
And you've already seen as a young coach great successes from great kids, and you've given them inspiration. They've given you inspiration. So.
Yeah, like I said, it's something that at times I'm probably a little too obsessed. But like you said, people like John Davidson and everybody at the school, who've got me to this point. It's only right that I get back. And you know, when you were involved with Rotary, the Artful Dodger was going on downtown as well, and we ran that when I was in high school. And you know, it's one of those things where running you could do, you know, the rest of your life. And we're hoping that this is one of those things where, you know, we're hoping our runners do it. We're hoping little kids do it. You know, come get a unique wooden medal made and designed by a local artist here in town. You know, I still remember my experiences with the Artful Dodger. You know, our goal is going to be to make it memorable, and we hope that people do come do it.
These are really unique. I mean, you go to a lot of races, swim meets, et cetera, et cetera. You see ribbons, you see medals, but this is wood.
Yeah, that was done and designed and produced by a local man named Don Ramo, and Don has a company called Blue Water Renewables, and it's just a part-time job for him. He has a real job, and he made those for us, and we're really happy with the way they turned out.
Pretty sharp. I mean, really sharp. So.
And everybody gets one. I mean, it's not a matter of, oh, I've got to be top 5 or I've got to be top 3. It's, you know, you sign up, you're going to get one of these things. I mean, honestly, you do that. I mean, it's almost worth the price of admission.
Right,
doing something like that. So, and that's the biggest thing that I say as a coach, and I'm sure that Mike and the Run Club agrees, is that for most people, when you first think about, oh, geez, these two guys want me to come run 3 miles or 6 miles. You can either do the 5K walk or give it a try. Anybody can do it, and all ages and abilities can do these types of things. We get kids all the time who, I mean, we had a kid just the other day, we're doing team intros. Hi, my name's so-and-so, and guess what? I don't run. You know? And it's like, but 4 years from now, he'll probably look back, and I'm hoping that he says, you know what? Yeah, or what, you know what? I did it. I'm running 50 miles a week or whatever the case may be. And, you know, there's plenty of people that will do this race that may be saying to themselves at home, I can't do that, but you can. And it does not matter what time you run, what pace you run, if you got to stop or slow down. You know, just giving it a shot and being a part of such a great community is what this thing's all about.
Pre-COVID or during COVID, what are your numbers for the cross-country team, male and female? Round figures.
Oh, about 20 and 15. Yeah, so we'll have about 35 kids, and we're hoping to get back out in the woods this year for camp and things like that. And it's, you know, we're starting to see things get back to normal, and you know, being able to do this is great.
Like a mailman, snow, sleet, wind, or rain, John Davison always said, today's a great day to run.
Oh yeah, exactly.
No matter what the weather, right?
Yeah, well, it's a mindset. Running is a mindset, and I, even though I will tell you anybody can do it, you know, it's not for everybody. Especially, you know, in high school, it's super competitive, and these kids want to be great. And if you want to be great, then you've got to go out there. And we just always tell the kids that if you don't want to practice in the rain or the snow or whatever the case may be, what are you going to do when the lights come on at a race? That could happen. So you got to be ready for it all. You know? These kids they're tough kids.
Well, we got to go through the registration and how I get involved. Do you need help at the start and finish and all that kind of stuff?
We always can use help. We'll assign people to certain places around town or along the course, and there are some real tricky places on these courses where they crisscross each other. So, yeah, like that. So you have to be able to point in the right direction, or we'll have chaos. And there seems to be a little bit of chaos no matter what, but
that's all part of it.
Yeah, this year we'll have plenty of volunteers, and we're still looking for volunteers. And really, the easiest way is to go to nmotive.com and just type in the Blue Water Race Series and
spell that
ENMOTIVE.
Motive, okay.
Yes. nmotive.com, and click on the Blue Water Race Series, and each of the races will pop up. All you got to do is click on the symbol, and it'll take you right straight to the registration page. And the races vary. They're anywhere from $25 to $35 per race. And they're all for a good cause. You know, like ours will benefit the track team and the cross-country team. Algonac, I believe the Lions are the beneficiary. P.S. You're My Hero, that's their own, that's Mara. She has her own foundation and charity. Run for Recovery, obviously, that's mental health.
You mean mental health?
The Friendsgiving race they have their own The Friendsgiving race is about a runner that passed away, got killed in a car accident, and Tyler, and they have their own foundation and they distribute money through scholarships and other things. And then the Jingle Bell Run, that's through the YMCA. They're all over the place. They benefit a lot of different areas. So,
Artful Dodger 2021. You can just sign up and you can get one of these, and it's a real collector's item. So if you don't want to run it, you better buy one of these, right? And it's the 26th, starting at 8 a.m. 7:50 for the
children.
The children, and it's free for the children.
Yes, sir.
And then mom and dad or their aunt or uncle can run from the 5K or the 10K. So it's a good project.
I mean, we have kids that sprint down that hill, and then we have kids that just walk with their grandma or grandfather or mom and dad, aunt and uncle, like you said, and everybody has a good time. You can just see by the smiles on their face that they're all happy that they were able to do it.
So if I want to see the start and the finish, just come behind the Riverview Plaza Mall, the backside.
Yes, on 3rd Street. We start at the veterinary clinic, and obviously the children start at the top of the hill and run the opposite direction. And we wanted to give them the hill so they could get their wheels rolling.
Right. That's the only way to do it. And we'll watch for your daughter.
We'll see. I put the pressure on her, so
You're a mean,
I'll have to make sure to.
Dad.
She'll probably find it on YouTube before I do.
That's right. That's right.
It's beautiful.
That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Sia, Paul Dingley.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.